Hi, I'm Alan Sklar.
And I'm Anita Sklar. And we'd like to invite you into our home today to have a little chat about cell phones.
Yes, but a warning, we're going to be using some very adult, mature language. So I'd like to ask everyone who's watching who's 55 years or younger to please leave the room now. Go play in another room. We'll call you back later. Did you know that there are over 19 million seniors in America who do not use a cell phone yet?
That's a real shame, because having a cell phone can make being a senior so much easier. I don't know what Alan and I would do without our cell phones. But in all honesty, it took me quite a bit of persuasion to get him to see it my way.
It's true. I was a Neanderthal when it came to electronics and gadgetry. Plus, I'd heard horror stories about the high costs of owning a cell phone.
Yeah, and we certainly didn't want the expense of a contract.
Roy, absolutely. And that's why we chose SVC, Senior Value Cell Phone. The least expensive way for a senior to own a cell phone in America. The phones start at under $20.
And the service averages less than $7 a month.
Plus you get great nationwide coverage and no bills and no contracts.
And by the way, ladies, when you both have a cell phone, you can keep tabs on your husband without having him under your feet in the house all day. It's terrific. It's kind of like having an electronic leash.
Don't listen to her. I wear the pants in this family. Don't I, dear?
Yes, darling, and I launder them.
You see?
I'd love to make a phone call now.
Yes, what do you want to call?
But you can't use your cell phone here in the doctor's
See the sign?
office. I know.
No cell phones, no pagers.
It's just that I'm so used to the convenience of being able to keep in touch with everyone.
When I was a kid, we had to drive around for blocks and blocks to find a phone booth on a corner.
I know. But
now,
it's so wonderful having the cell phone.
It is amazing.
Just to be able to pick it up and there you are. It doesn't matter where you are,
I know.
anywhere. And it's so inexpensive.
It's very, very cheap. I didn't think I could keep up with all of this technology, being an old-fashioned fella, but it's not that hard.
No, not at all.
I'm amazed at how simple it is. I'm really getting good with this cell phone.
Yeah, me too.
Now, what kind of a phone do you get for under $20? You get the phone you need. Take a look. This SVC Samsung T155 is designed with you in mind. It has large lighted keys, the kind even I can see without my specs on. The numbers on the display are huge. It's easy to read them. When people call you, it has plenty of sound volume and a speakerphone. Now that's really handy for when you want to talk together with family or friends.
Anytime I need to read anything,
yes,
I have to double up on my glasses.
I know.
Well,
You're the laughingstock of the neighborhood.
I know, but with this SVC phone, I don't have to do that because the numbers and the letters are so large.
They are large.
I can see them without any glasses, never mind two pair.
Right, I'm surprised that other cell phone companies haven't done the same thing and recognized how small the keys are, how small the numbers are on the screen.
They're probably all young people developing these things. They don't think of those things.
That's right. I'm going to show you how to get a great phone for under $20. And nationwide service for under $7 a month, all without ever getting a shock of looking at a monthly cell phone bill. Now before you turn away and say, I don't need one of those darn things, let me tell you about how it feels to have a cell phone. I had to be dragged into owning one, but the moment I turned it on, I got a feeling of peace and independence. Hi. How are you?
Are you online?
Yes, I am.
Well, could you quickly look up Derek's email for me?
Yeah, sure. Hold on. If you don't have a cell phone yet, it's really time you got one. Or if you have a contract one, I bet you were always like me, shocked when you looked at the bill. Huh? Well, I'm here to tell you help is at hand. Did you know that there are 19 million senior people in the U.S. who don't have a cell phone yet? It's true. The people who need cell phones the most have been shut out of the most wonderful tool ever invented for improving safety, security, and independence. I mean, let's face it, getting a cell phone contract for people who talk only a little bit has been just too expensive. Now, SVC Senior Value Cell Phone by TracFone is going to change all that. It's the best solution ever for seniors who want an affordable cell phone. SVC Senior Value Cell Phone is part of TracFone, the largest no-contract cell phone provider in the United States of America. And TracFone is part of America Mobile, the third largest cell phone provider in the entire world. TracFone was founded 12 years ago with the belief that you and everyone deserve a cell phone. But you don't deserve to be tied up with 2-year contracts or credit checks or surprise bills. Never heard of TracFone, you say? Okay. Maybe that's because TracFone has put its money into making phones as affordable as under $20 and their service under $10 a month, rather than expensive advertising campaigns. In fact, TracFone is owned by the biggest no-contract cell phone company in the world, American Mobile, which has nearly 200 million subscribers in 17 countries. It's traded on the New York Stock Exchange. And if you step into Kmart, or one of over 80,000 stores around the country, you'll find TracFone there. So you're assured of the quality and stability of a market leader. One other thing. Most of the world doesn't have a contract to own a cell phone. They buy the phone, and then they buy minutes as they need them. And now millions of smart Americans have caught on to how the rest of the world does it. The TracFone way. What I'm fascinated by is it's a complete change from when I was a kid. People don't need a landline anymore.
No,
like
I know.
our daughter Susie just has
Right.
her cell.
Right?
And she
That's
never
all
even had anybody install a landline when they moved into the apartment.
And she's on the phone all day long.
All day long.
And she's sending us pictures of the baby all
Yes,
day
yes,
long.
Yes. But she does it so much she has to charge it more often.
I guess she
But
does.
with this phone, this SVC phone, you don't have to do that.
No.
I don't make that
No.
many calls.
I think it's so
remarkable.
great not having to charge it every day.
And you don't have to stay home waiting for an important phone call.
Oh, God.
You carry it with
I
you.
know.
All this important
Yeah.
emergency stuff, it's all portable.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. When I was a kid, back in 1890, it was very different.
Hey, they're playing one of our songs. You want to dance?
Foxtrot, yes. That's a jitterbug. The jitterbugs are clunky and out of style. Now normally, you'd expect to pay hundreds of dollars or sign an expensive 2-year contract for a phone with this many features and fabulous quality nationwide coverage. With SVC Senior Value Cell Phone, you don't have to. Just go to Kmart right now and get your SVC Senior Value Cell Phone for under $20 and your TracFone airtime card, and you're good to go. You don't need to live another day without the safety, convenience, and fun of a cell phone. SVC Senior Value Cell Phone, the least expensive cell phone for seniors. Well, look at this. We're at our local Kmart.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, we're here at Kmart. Do you need anything? I'm talking to the kids.
Aha.
Is there anything I should tell them, or do you want to talk to them?
You know what I'm thinking?
Hold on a second.
I'm thinking we should stop and get an SVC phone for Gerard.
Oh, that's a
He would
very
love
good
one.
idea. We're just going to run in and get an SVC phone for Gerard. You know Gerard, don't you? It's such a great gift for him. Yeah, SVC, it's the best. Okay, I'll talk to you later, darling. Bye.
Let's take a little break. We have to go away for a moment, and perhaps you need a little moment too.
Please rejoin us in a couple of minutes because we have a lot more to talk about.
It's perfectly clear. The least expensive way to own a cell phone in America is also the way to get superior call quality with great nationwide service on America's best wireless networks. Ah, how's that for clarity? And here's good news. SVC Senior Value cell phones are now available at Walgreens. We're back. I hope you're having as much fun as we are talking about why seniors should have a cell phone, especially an SVC. Did I ever tell you this story?
Only about 100
Oh,
times.
come on, they haven't heard it.
No.
Anyway, there's this guy walking around New York City looking for a payphone on the corner, and he can't find one. So he goes into the local police station. He says to the sergeant behind the desk, "Officer, is there a cell that I could use?" And the cop says, "Sure, follow me." The cop takes him down and puts him into a room. And the guy turns around, the cop's closing the door, and the guy says, "Officer, I wanted to use a cell, but I didn't ask for all these bars."
That's 101 times.
Oh,
You see what I have to put up with? He's like this all the time.
Anyway, speaking of being locked up, most cell phones make you feel like you're in a cell. You're confined to a 2-year contract, and you can't escape without paying a big fine that they call a cancellation fee. But with SVC, there's no contract and no bill. The door's wide open. You can leave at any time.
Honey, that's enough with the jail talk.
You don't think I should talk more about these 2-year contracts and that you can't get out of them even with good behavior?
Darling, give it a rest.
Okay, so you know all that. I took a while to come around because I was afraid of the costs of owning a cell phone. I mean, before SVC, I'd see ads for a special cell phone for seniors that cost about 10 times as much as my SVC phone. Look, just because I'm a senior doesn't mean I'm stupid. I didn't want to pay a premium to get a simple phone that does what I want it to do. So let's talk about why SVC is the phone that will probably change your mind about cell phones. I hope you'll listen, because when your kids hear about SVC, you're not going to hear the end of it until you get one. Fact number 1 about SVC, Senior Value Cell Phone. There has never been a cell phone designed for seniors that is so affordable and has such great coverage. Phones for under 20 bucks. Service under $7 a month. Because it's by TracFone, the biggest no-contract cell phone provider in America, you know SVC is going to be reliable and offer great quality service. Now, by the way, Senior Value Cell Phone isn't the catchiest name you ever heard, right? I agree. Well, when TracFone asked seniors what they should call it, they said, come on, stop treating us like children. Tell it like it is. We want value. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So they did. So, when you're in the Everglades and you're near an alligator, and you just might get eaten by one, you need to have an SVC cell phone so you can call for emergency help. It's very, very easily. It's a free call, as a matter of fact. Under $20 for the phone, under $7 a month for service. Can't beat that. I used to have a cell phone with a 2-year contract that cost me over $800 a year. But now, with my Senior Value cell phone, I'm saving so much money, I can afford to take my wife on a vacation. Once a year.
And maybe remodel the bathroom?
And remodel the bathroom. Here, Anita and I are walking along Miami Beach, talking to our kids on our cell phone, telling them what a wonderful time we're having.
Next time we'll come down with all of them. That'll be fun.
All 15 of them?
Every single one. And you're treating.
I beg your pardon?
With all the money you're saving on your SVC phone, you can afford it.
Did you hear that? Yeah, it's raining here now. It's still nice. It really is. You know, hold on a second. You know what I like about cell phones is if you get tired of talking to your wife, you can always talk to other people. You still there? Yeah. Yeah, she's with me. She's right here. You're right. It's really something. It's way out there. Oh,
What happened?
I got a text message
Oh.
from, guess who? Our granddaughter Rachel. And she's reminding us, it's misspelled, that her birthday is coming up next month.
As if we would forget.
With SVC's amazing coverage, you'll be able to go and visit the grandkids across the country and have your phone work just as well as it does at home. There are no long distance charges. There are no roaming charges. All calls nationwide and calls to almost 100 countries worldwide cost you the same as a local call.
You know how I have all these friends in Switzerland where
Yes,
I
yes.
lived for a long time.
Yes.
Well, I can use my SVC phone to call Switzerland, call any of these friends for no extra charge.
Yes,
It's the same as if I were calling next door, if I were calling you sitting next to me.
But on the SVC phone, are you allowed to speak in English only, or can you speak in Schweizerdeutsch?
Oh, well, that I don't know. I gotta check on that.
How does SVC by TracFone make cell phone service so affordable while covering all of the United States? Well, TracFone has agreements with all of the famous cell phone carriers in the US to carry its signals on their towers. That means that TracFone has the combined power of all the networks, so it can offer service to over 99% of the US population, while the next biggest cell phone company's coverage is only 88%. This also means that you get the very best signal quality for the area where you live. And because TracFone doesn't pay for cell phone towers, it can pass the savings on to you with the lowest prices in the cell phone industry. Now, Anita and I are out here in the Everglades, and we have a signal. If I get eaten by an alligator or a python, she can call for help. Yeah, I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere here, but I hear you perfectly clearly. This is amazing. Sound like you're next door. Oh, see? SVC towers. That's why. Look at that. That's why you're so clear. Amazing, absolutely amazing, the technology. And even with all the noise on Miami Beach, we were able to hear fine. There's another tower. There's another SVC tower. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
They're all over the place.
Huh.
Hey, there's another one. Jeez, they're all over the place.
Look at that.
We could play a traveling game with the kids, spot the cell phone tower.
Oh, yeah, like we used to have them count fire hydrants.
Right. SVC, Senior Value Cell Phone. The least expensive cell phone for seniors. You should think about getting one. What is amazing to me is the absolute freedom you have. You're carrying your phone with you. You don't have to stay at home
I know.
waiting for an important phone call. And also, you don't need a landline anymore. And if you want to keep the same number for your old landline, they transfer it over for
I know,
you for
it's
the SVC
fantastic,
phone.
isn't it? So you don't have to notify anyone.
You don't have to tell anybody.
Change of number.
Right. That's remarkable.
great.
That's
It's
a
really
real
great.
service.
Yeah.
And they don't charge for that.
No?
No, they port it over to your SVC phone for free.
That's wonderful.
Amazing.
Yeah. I don't know how we ever lived without cell phones, I can tell you that.
Right.
It's just remarkable.
I don't know how they ever live without the wheel. Let me speak for a moment to the people watching who have senior parents. Okay, all you 19 million seniors, go take a break for a few minutes. Now listen, I know we old folks can be, very occasionally, of course, what you might call a little stubborn. They may have resisted your pleas to get a cell phone, but who could blame them with the high cost of cell phone contracts? And the specialty senior phone is so expensive, it could give you the jitters. But with Senior Value Cell Phone, they don't have any excuse. You buy the phone for less than $20 and you own it outright. Then just add airtime every 3 months. Look, make it easy on both of you. Just get them an SVC phone and sign them up for automatic monthly service for less than $10 a month. It's so little money that they're not going to feel guilty about having you take care of it for them. And for $10 a month, you'll be able to stop worrying about what the heck they're up to. For a really happy marriage, you should get 2 of these items. 2 phones for under $40. That's pretty reasonable. 1 for the man and 1 for the woman. Are you ready to learn more about how SVC, Senior Value Cell Phone, can completely transform how you feel about cell phones? Are you ready to admit that life is just so much easier when you have a cell phone?
Honestly, I don't know how I ever lived without one. Now that we both have cell phones, I can keep tabs on Alan.
She can keep tabs on Alan, yes, but luckily this also has an off button.
You can't get away that easily.
Yes, I can. Nah, we have a lot of fun. And our SVC cell phones help us stay out of each other's hair. But not everyone has discovered this. Let me tell you an amazing fact. There are 19 million seniors in the US who don't have cell phones today. And the main reason they don't have them? It's not that they're fuddy-duddies. Maybe 50,000 are fuddy-duddies. But really, the cost of getting a cell phone for the small amount of use we seniors need has just not been worth it. Senior Value Cell Phone has been designed to fix that problem, with phones under $30 and nationwide service under $20 a month. Remember, everything with SVC is up front.
Just buy your SVC Senior Value Cell Phone, plus your TracFone airtime minutes card, and that's it.
If you want convenience and safety for a whole year, just buy a TracFone 1-year card, and you'll always be in touch.
And that gives you a phone and a whole year of service for less than $10 a month.
So how come it's so cheap? Okay, for one thing, TracFone is part of one of the biggest cell phone companies in the world. It is able to use global buying strength to bring you the very best phones at the very best prices. TracFone can sell you SVC phones like these below cost because they are so sure you'll love their service and stay with them that they will eventually recover the cost from the minutes you buy. Let me say that again. Here's a company that's going to offer you a phone for much less than it costs them without a contract or any other obligation because it believes you're going to love the service. Oh, come on, there's got to be a catch, you say. There's no hidden activation fee or cancellation fee or some other made-up charge. And you just buy and add minutes when you need them. You will never see a bill, a contract, or a credit check. Here's how simple it is. First, you buy your SVC Senior Value phone at Kmart. You activate your phone in minutes over the web or by calling in 24/7 on another phone. Then you're assigned a number for your area and you're good to go. It certainly is nice to have a driver.
Yes, it is.
A properly trained one, too. Up, telephone. Hi, this is Alan. You don't say. You don't say. Oh, you don't say. Okay, bye.
Who was that?
He didn't say. So I forgot what fresh vegetables I'm supposed to buy for my wife tonight for dinner. But I know she sent me a shopping list with a text message. So I'll just pull it up. Red cabbage. See how easy this texting is? It's hearing aid compatible, if you need that. And some of us do. The call display will show you who's calling, so you can decide if you want to talk to them or not. I don't want to talk to this person right now. I gotta go return this book to the library. Now I'm looking for the French restaurant where I'm supposed to meet Anita for lunch. I can't find it. I'm lost. I better call my 411 TracFone information service. I bet they know. Right? Oh, you have it on camera and everything. Fine, thank you so much. What's the number? Great, great. Thank you very, very much. You see that? How easy that was? That was the cost of a local call. If I had called 411 information using a contract cell phone company, that would have cost me $2. Even more convenient is signing up for automatic monthly service. You just register your credit card online or have someone else do it for you, and you'll pay $10 a month and get 50 minutes of talk time. It's so easy, you don't have to think about it. And it will keep your phone active until you decide to stop. When your kids hear about this, they're gonna bug you until you get an SVC phone. So make it easy on yourself. Beat them to the punch. Run down to Kmart right now and get one for yourself. What I find very interesting, very helpful for people who reach our advanced age is if you have an emergency, an accident or something, and you press 1 speed dial, you have to pre-program the phone for that, the SVC phone, and then the emergency responders can tell where you are.
Just a 911 call.
Yeah. They know, they can not pinpoint, but they can really know what area you're in. It feels good to know that if there's ever an emergency, the E911 system in my SVC phone helps emergency responders locate where I am. As long as my phone is on, the nearest cell phone tower lets people know the area I'm in. Now believe me, you just need to be stuck in one snowstorm or have a car breakdown to understand why an SVC phone is such a valuable tool. Here's a perfect example of why a senior citizen should have a cell phone, an SVC Senior Value cell phone. This poor guy broke down in the middle of the Everglades, in the middle of the wilderness, and he should have had one of these phones to call for help. Now, there's a feeling of safety and being in touch with a cell phone that really helps you be independent, without your kids fussing about where you are all the time. The phone I told you about, the Samsung T155, sells for under $20. Now that other senior phone you may have heard about sells for about $150. I mean, there's just no comparison. After all, the first thing most seniors need is affordability, and Senior Value Cell Phone is the first senior phone to give it to you. A lot of children in their 40s and 50s can buy cell phones, an SVC phone for their own parents who are much older than that.
Yes.
For under $20. It's a steal. It's not a real commitment financially or contractually.
Absolutely.
Or even emotionally. I mean, it's really an easy thing to do. Have you noticed that as you get older, your kids start treating you like a kid? They start pinning you down, wanting to know where you're going to be at all the time. Did you take your meds? They start to forget who's the boss. Well, once I got a cell phone, they began to back off because they knew they could reach me if they needed me. When you get an SVC Senior Value Cell Phone, a number of other good things start to happen. You start to feel connected to what's happening without having to be stuck in front of a TV set all day long. Anita and I like to get out and about, but with my cell phone, I can get sports scores and news right from my phone. I get little text messages from my grandkids all the time. Can you imagine if you tried to make a kid today sit down and write a letter or a thank you note? Lots of luck. But kids love to text. So I get these cute messages all the time, and they cost a fraction of the cost of a postage stamp. I'm saving so much money with my Senior Value Cell Phone. It's like finding a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. All right, you 19 million seniors without cell phones, now listen up. You buy this phone for under $20. You buy this card for under $20. You're in business for 3 months. Your cell phone's working. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you had a little fun learning how easy and affordable it is to own a cell phone with SVC.
Yeah, we really are so glad that you joined us today, and we hope that the next time we see you, you'll be able to say, "Give me a call on my cell phone."